dreaming of the tubas, the fans, and the fame.
What's up, soldiers? It's your boy Fitz, and I'm back with another video. Oh my goodness, what's up, Smoke? He just jumped up here to be with me. Yeah, I'm back. It's been a long time. The last time I saw you guys, I don't even think that we had Smoke yet. Yeah, life has been definitely lifing. I first and foremost want to apologize to all of you guys for the lack of my presence. It's just been a lot, as you guys know, with the couple channel, with just making sure that like all the other platforms that we are on and I'm on, and making sure that I'm like doing my due diligence as far as for my music, making sure nothing goes neglected. Things get neglected. So unfortunately, YouTube happens to be one of those things. As well as, honestly, to be very candid with you guys, I even like stopped working on music for a little while just to allow myself to like reset and just absorb life for a little while and try to get some organization going on, right? In doing so, I realized that I'm only holding myself back from progressing or moving forward in a lot of the things that I have going on, from music to Grunge and Henry to YouTube to the couple channel to TikTok now. It's just a lot, you know? So for me, I'm just trying to find balance as well as self. So before we get too lost on the deep end with that, because I can ramble on about that for hours and hours on like what I should have, could have, would have been doing. The point of this video is to make sure that I let you guys know, clear as day, that moving forward from this day on, what's today? June 16th, 2023 at 3:42 p.m. Yes, I'm working. As you can see, I'm filming this video and posting it all in the same day. So bear with me as far as the time that you guys got this video. It's Friday. This Friday has to be back. Like, I have to bring it back. And as much as I try to be as like polished and like clean cut on camera, I'm honestly just gonna be coming up here and giving you guys like the rawest version of myself, because that's the only way, and that's the only way that I know how to be and be comfortable. Otherwise, I feel like I'm overthinking shit. I feel like I'm like just becoming a little too analytical of shit that really should not be too much thought about. It should just be like fun and extracurricular to bring in an audience for the bigger picture, you know what I mean? But because I'm so like, I guess, not hung on being perfect, but just because I'm so tapped into my craft and I want things to be perceived the way that I imagine them to be, everything just has to, in my mind, go as smoothly or be as crossed T's and dotted I's as possible. But that's not life, that's not reality. So I just have to, obviously this course of me being gone was just a lot of me just doing a lot of realizations and like saying fuck it and just do it. Fuck it and just do it. Fuck it and just do it, right? Fuck it and just do it. I know a lot of you guys were wondering, as far as like the come up goes, what happened with my reviews, with my Fitz facts, if you will. Again, that just fell by the wayside along with YouTube. It was nothing against the show. It was nothing against, you know, my interest in the show, because, you know, I fuck with Quran, I fuck with Gemini Filmz. I enjoyed my entire time filming the season. Unfortunately, we weren't able to have a reunion for whatever reasons, totally up to production. But yeah, I left the review off on like episode 3 or something like that. It just became very overwhelming to like make sure that in the midst of like vlogging for our couple channel, or editing, because at that time I was trying to make sure I was constantly doing Tunes Tuesdays and Fitz Friday and couple channel, and it was just a lot. So on top of that, and then trying to do reviews for the new episodes of the come up every Wednesday or Sunday depending on when it dropped, you know, it would just add more load to my work, more work to my load, excuse me. I'm not complaining, because I'd rather have things to do than nothing to do at all. And as a creative, because that's obviously the lane that I've chosen in life, I have to take things a lot more seriously in that field. Like, it's no longer a hobby. This is like bread and butter. This is my career. This is what I want to be known for. So I have to hone in and really like buckle down and do what I know I'm supposed to be doing. With my music, I have been putting myself through artist development. I still don't have a team. I don't have management. I don't have PR. I don't have, it's just me, you know what I mean? Of course, Kino helps out every chance he can or whenever I need him to. But for the most part, as far as like an actual team of people outside of like my personal connection, there's no business team, there's no business connections that have cultivated a team. There have been talks and people that I've, you know, spoke with, meetings that potentially can be had, but nothing is free. Like, that's just the reality check as well, that nothing is free. From trying to schedule a consultation or a meeting with a publicist just to see like what their ideas could be to like pitch to you, or how they feel that they could help you, or if they're gonna give you advice or tell you things that you already know that you can do yourself. You know what I mean? Like, but you never know until you have those conversations. But in order to have those conversations with certain individuals of a certain caliber, it's not free. And if it is, you just have to know the right people. And unfortunately, because I'm very new to New York, I came right before COVID, I don't have a lot of the connections that I did have when I was in Atlanta. So being that far away and out of touch, it's just starting from ground zero all over again. Those of you that are new to my channel, I lived in Atlanta for 6 years immediately after high school. And there in Atlanta, I was a wardrobe stylist before I even thought about doing music. And I was freelance, going around Atlanta working with different magazine companies, different artists, small and big, TV, reality stars, and shit like that, assisting other bigger stylists. So, you know, I was, you know, making my rounds, doing what I had to do, making connections. But when I started to work on music and decided to work on music, I had to change my perspective that these connections had of me, because everyone looked at me as Fitz the stylist and not Fitz the artist or Fitz the creator. You know what I mean? They just looked at me as someone that was going to assist them, or they looked at me as someone to add to the team, which was no problem because that was the role that I was playing. But because I was switching roles and because I decided for myself that I just felt like I was doing myself a disservice by not acting on what my heart desired. So yeah, instead of me putting all that work into other artists and other individuals and other teams, I wanted to put it into myself. So that's what I'm doing, and that's what I've been doing since 2016, 2017, around that time. I dropped my first, I guess you can call it, cover on SoundCloud back then, and then ever since then, like, the response was crazy. That song alone got like over 9,000 streams. So it was just like, okay, maybe this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And here we are, X amount of years later, and some of the momentum has slowed down. Totally my fault, no one else's. I'm just doing, like, I can't stress it enough. The realization from this time being away, and like, I think it was definitely needed. And I'm a firm believer, and my mom raised me to be this way and to think this way, that everything happens for a reason, right? So me being gone was just the time that I needed to step outside of myself, have like a bird's eye view of the situation, and just see what it is I need to do and not do that I was doing. And everybody has to do that, even if you're not a creative. Like, no matter what your field is, like, everybody has to step away for a second and just gather themselves. Mental health is everything. Mental health is everything. That's like the punchline of that. I already told you guys that Fitz Fridays are back, but I want you guys to know that the content that I'm going to be putting out is definitely going to be more like music focus, more focus on like my music journey itself and like the things that I'm doing, whether it be like studio sessions or linking with people to like have meetings or whatever the case may be that pertain to Fitz G, right? Because there's Fitz and then there's Fitz G, right? And then there's my government name, which those of you that know me, you know. I'm going to be covering more of my music journey for sure, and I'm going to be doing more music gear content. And when I say that, I mean like lyric breakdown videos. You guys already have like a plethora of music videos for you guys to watch that I've created over the course of time. So yeah, I want to do more like in-depth things with my music to bring more awareness to my music, because I feel like I don't do as good of a job at marketing what I do. If no one else is going to be sharing it and posting it, I need to be at the very least. Just ways to bring my older songs back up, make them relevant. I'll be doing like breakdown videos for some of my favorite songs that I've created so far, if not all of them. And yeah, I'm definitely working on new music. So you guys will see me go into the studio, working with new producers that I haven't worked with, new engineers that I haven't worked with. Before I started filming the show, to come up, I started going to a new studio, but I haven't really gone there just because it's a little inconveniently far. So I'm trying to find a studio that's a little closer to home. That way I can frequent it more often and it not be taking me out of my way. Oh, I want to focus more on like entrepreneurial diary entries, right, for my vlogs. And when I say that, I mean like yeah, I do music, but also I'm starting my fashion line. Like my Grunge and Henry line is in production. I've been speaking about it for a while. I put a video out maybe like a year and a half, maybe longer than that, talking about it and saying like I was in full production and things are gonna be coming soon. But you know, again, everything happens for a reason, and that got put on hold and had to be paused. Hey, stop. Had to be paused. So now it's just a matter of time before we have a full inventory of things. The first collection will be trucker hats, t-shirts, and I'm trying to decide if they're going to be sweat shorts or sweatpants. And then there'll be tote bags. So that'll be the first little collection for people to grab and just cultivate a buzz. And then my second collection, I want to actually like cut and sew pieces, like a full collection run. It'll definitely be unisex. The brand itself is unisex, so it won't be like male and female categories, but it'll definitely be gender neutral clothing for sure. If you aren't following the Instagram page, please make sure you go over and do that. It's always going to be in my description box, as well as I'm going to tag it below. So make sure you guys go and follow Grunge and Henry. I've been telling everyone that the first 100 followers that we get, I'm going to release the trucker hats first. So the sooner the better. The sooner we get there, the sooner things will start dropping, I promise. I just want to make sure people are watching and waiting before I start dropping things, because it wouldn't make sense. In regards to fashion on my channel though, because it wouldn't be Fitz if I didn't have any type of fashion content in addition to like the music and like entrepreneurial diary. I also want to get into doing more like clothing hauls. However, whatever they may be, I want to start doing them, just so that I can start getting the attention of those type of sponsorships and things like that. Because who doesn't want, as a YouTuber, that's like one of the goals, you know what I mean? Y'all know I love Minimal, I love Boohoo, Urban Outfitters, Forever 21 sometimes, and Zara. Those are like my top go-tos for clothes right now. Outside of like not actual designers, but should I say like the more luxury brands. Because every now and then I dabble as far as clothes go, but I definitely will get a luxury brand shoe or a hat faster than I'll get anything else. To piggyback off of the Entrepreneurial Diary, I have been speaking about getting back into doing some bits of wardrobe styling, just because, like, you know, in reality, the music industry isn't a guarantee to like be in the limelight, right? And everybody's goal is to like be with the bigs, right? So there just has to be other things going on in the event of things not promising to come out the way that you want them to or you dream of them to. And that's just reality. So rather than me being naive and acting unaware of that reality, there's other things that I can be doing to give me the lifestyle or provide the lifestyle that I know that I deserve and want to live. With that being said, wardrobe styling is never going to be something that wardrobe styling is never going to be something that I shy away from. So that's definitely going to be something that I keep on the standby, as far as actually building connections with lead stylists and just assisting them. I actually have a few in my contact list that have me on standby for when they're in New York and need of assistance. So that's always good to like have that as like an opening for that realm of the industry, as well as me wanting to do more, because if you haven't noticed, I have not posted on Instagram, like on my actual feed. If I do, it's more intentional. So the idea is for the post to become more ad-like. And when I say that, I mean whether it be me buying, like I mentioned earlier, as far as like the clothing hauls go, like shopping at a certain store with a certain brand or a certain collection from a certain company and doing a shoot with pieces that I like out of that, and just having more brand geared content. It just helps as a content creator bring awareness to myself with, like I said, sponsorships. Smoke just fell off the couch, y'all. Like I said, with sponsorships, as well as bringing in a new audience, because there's always people, everybody's always on Instagram, everybody's always on social media. So as long as you're making the content, someone somewhere is going to see it. I don't want to talk you guys heads off. I feel like I've been a bit chatty. I will leave you guys with one small piece, and that is, your boy is motherfucking back. Stay tuned for next week's video, next Friday, because I'm not letting up, I promise. If I go a Friday without posting a video, it has to be a dire need emergency. It has to be. Like, no more lazy shit. No more of the lazy shit. No more slacking on my lacking. Like, no, none of that. Fitz is back. Soldiers, we in here. Step up to the mic and let them know that you got soul. And I'ma see y'all in my next video.
I won't put myself through that pain. I promise I won't change.